What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE TV. So what is this? What am I showing you right now? This is the logo of Nielsen Media Research, an American firm that measures media audiences including television, radio, theater, films, and newspapers. Best known for the Nielsen ratings and audience measurement system of television viewership that has long been the deciding factor in cancelling or renewing television shows by television networks. And why am I talking about this? Well, I'm a nerd and I like numbers. And I'm particularly interested in this post-COVID world where streaming sites are kind of holding all the power nowadays. And the more transparency, the more data we get on the way people are engaging with this stuff can give us some clues as to what we're going to see more of and the implications of what that means. So I've got two articles here I want to go through from their official website, 5 trends to watch going into the 2025 upfronts, and the 77th Primetime Emmy Awards most watched titles and stars. I'm going to start with this one first, it's a bit shorter. In the US, the annual Upfront and Newfront events put TV media in the center spotlight. This year, we're diving into the Nielsen data to help the industry understand the trends that are shaping the way we watch. 99% true crime. That's all anyone cares about. Number 1, linear TV still represents the majority of the ad-supported opportunity. Looking at our most recent classic gauge report, what's this? Oh, that's really interesting. So most people stream. Some of you sick freaks are still using cable. What's other? You can see the breakdown, the dominance of streaming. YouTube coming in clutch, with Netflix managing to hold that lead as far as paid services. You can see that linear TV and streaming are rather close to one another in terms of share. Broadcast and cable combined represent 44.5% of time spent, and streaming represents 43.8%. So I'm assuming cable, is that like the main way you watch live sports? That would be a big boost. And as more and more people in the older side of the population start falling to the wayside, I'm sure this number will only get bigger. However, when we peel back the onion a bit more and look strictly at ad-supporting viewing, we can see that the gap gets significantly wider in our recently released ad-supported gauge. Broadcast and cable combined for about 57.6% of time spent, while streaming is at 42.4%. So while streaming certainly continues to gain ground when it comes to the opportunity to see ads, linear still has a significant lead. Interesting. Come on, old people, get with the times, man. Number 2, TV's multi-platform opportunity is coming to focus. Streaming permanently changed the television landscape over the last 10 years, and it's easy to think of things as a competition between the streaming world and the world of broadcast and cable TV. But when you look at recent viewing data, it turns out it's more of a yes and conversation. To borrow a phrase from the improv comedy world, yes, and Alien Earth was awesome. Certainly there are moments when each platform shines. Thanksgiving football and the Super Bowl on broadcast. Yeah, I thought it would be like events like that. New Year's college football on cable, Stranger Things and Suits on Netflix. However, we've all seen how the different platforms can work together to really meet different viewers where they are. Blah, 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 this year's Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I don't watch live sports, so I'm curious, why aren't they getting with the times? Why can't you just watch it like directly? Or I guess they want to sell packages and just make a lot more money that way. Okay, viewing by platform by category.
Disney, NBC, and Paramount going for it.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some evidence to my point about ages. Once you're going under like 35, you can see streaming skews a significantly higher percentage, especially on Disney. Wow. Number 3, streaming has gotten increasingly competitive. There are more hits on more platforms. Netflix remains a powerhouse in the streaming world, but as other platforms mature and content strategies evolve, i.e. true crime, we're seeing a wider range of titles land in our top 10 rankings. Oh, I didn't know you could just look at the top 10. Right, this is awesome. This is kind of what I was hoping for. I couldn't find it earlier, so I'll cover this in a second. Netflix carried 8 of the top 10 streaming assets, but this past March, we saw a total of 7 different companies score entries on the chart. This creates more opportunities for brands to be part of the cultural conversation. You must be a part of the attention economy. So we're looking more crowded than ever. Wow, they had 80% dominance in just 2021. Look at it go down. That's wild. It's also important to see this in context, as originals that attract a big audience tend to peak quickly, whereas multi-season titles with deep libraries, NCIS, Grey's Anatomy, are critical to hold audiences over time. That's the real secret. If you have Bluey or not. Yeah, there you go. So interesting, because I just don't watch things this way. 3,000 million minutes to adolescence. It does get quite abstract when we're talking about measuring in minutes, because it's a completely different currency than a direct gross from selling tickets in a theater. And I don't really see how it helps them having such a high number outside of selling subscriptions, I guess, which is the main way they make money nowadays. I didn't realize Reacher was that big. Wow. Sports represent an increasing share of linear TV viewing, but are also driving big numbers for streaming. In the 4-year daily viewing trend above, you can see the big spikes in viewing on broadcast and cable around major sport events. Yeah, I thought so. So I guess people keep their subscription for their sports, but are happy watching things like TV and movies on streaming services. Sports approach 20% of total viewing time among adults 25 to 54. All that being said, streamers are certainly part of the sports conversation now and are seeing it pay dividends. Thursday Night Football on Prime Video averaged over 14 million viewers this past season, and the Christmas Day NFL games on Netflix hit new streaming highs and helped drive streaming viewership to over 50 billion minutes for the first time on a single day. Yeah, you've noticed that over the past few years, Netflix has started having live sporting events built into it, lots of boxing and whatnot. And finally, multi-language content and deep libraries make streaming a great place to reach diverse audiences, as we noted in our Black and, what is that, AANHPI? What does that stand for? Oh, Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Okay. Diverse Intelligence Series reports this year, multicultural consumers are essential for brands to connect with. Linear TV certainly still offers options to reach them. For example, broadcast is particularly important for Hispanic homes, but the depth and breadth of streaming options available today allows audiences to really dig in. Since Netflix and YouTube carry a lot of international content, it's not surprising that they represent a significant share of time among diverse audiences, particularly Hispanic and Asian viewers. The two platforms account for about a third of total television time for both groups. Do you put in like your race when you make a Netflix account? I'm trying to think how they know this. Do they like profile you based on your name? Generally speaking, streaming more closely mirrors the makeup of the total TV universe than linear, but looking at individual platforms reveals additional layers of opportunity. We've touched on Netflix and YouTube already, but other examples include the Roku channel and Tubi, which strongly over-index among Black audiences. Right, so that's the last one of that. So let's look at the Emmy breakdown. I don't really care about the Emmys, but I'm more curious about what people are choosing to spend their time watching. That's the real important takeaway. And then we'll end the video with the top 10. Last year, we conducted our first ever analysis of the Primetime Emmy Awards to find out how total viewership and actual voting results would end up comparing for the most watched nominated titles and actors. Driven by our curiosity for data, we shared the insights as a fun spin on the results, and the response was so positive we decided to give it another go. While viewing time is not ultimately a consideration for who will get the statue, we wanted to see who this year's winners would be if the deciding factor was how the US TV audiences voted with their time. Peter Griffin would win, right? The ceremony is set to air on Sunday, blah 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 blah. The winners by viewership, Outstanding Drama Series. Like many series, production on the third season of HBO's The White Lotus was delayed due to the Writers Guild of America strike in 2023. So when it launched in February of this year, it had been more than 2 years since the last chapter. Released episodically, it built momentum over the course of the season and enjoyed 7 consecutive weeks of viewership increases. Additionally, viewing patterns showed that a subset of viewers were going back to watch prior seasons. All told, The White Lotus totaled over 210 million viewing hours within their Emmy eligibility window, giving it our best drama title this year. I didn't actually see season 3, I actually heard it wasn't as good as the previous. Though Apple TV Plus's Severance didn't finish in the top spot, the fact that it finished in second place at 157.5 million hours among a very competitive set of programs is worth highlighting. Apple TV Plus's penetration among the US TV audience is lower than its competitors, which makes the feat all the more impressive. All the Severance people are mad that it didn't win Emmys, as if that's the be-all, end-all of quality. I have seen Severance, I do like it. Maybe not as vehemently as some of you out there, but... Well, so yeah, wow, The Last of Us does very well. See, what this hammers home to me is how perceived conversation about media online doesn't necessarily add up with how popular or engaged with it is. Like, if you went off The Last of Us show and the way it was talked about for that second season, you would assume no one watched it, but this is one of the biggest shows between a whole year. Nice to see Andor get on there. I imagine that'll be one that probably sticks around as far as viewing hours. I'm going to go a bit faster through some of these. This is going to take me all day otherwise. Outstanding Comedy Series. Well, Only Murders in the Building is huge, of course. The Studio coming in at the bottom there. Won a lot of Emmys. I finished it actually the other day. Thought it was really good for the most part. Anything that lambasts Hollywood in their gross decision making is good by me. Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series. Monsters. Oh, they're still doing that. So it is like, I don't remember it being presented like this, because I watched this first one. Oh, how many seasons have they got of this shit? Right, so that one's not out yet, 2 seasons. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I did hear about this actually. I don't know, I just find it kind of gross. Who are they doing next? Which serial killer will we see next? I only need Dexter if I want to watch serial killers, you know, it's not real. Oh, it says in the poster, Ed Gein. People love serial killers, man, obsessed. Glad to see the Penguin in there, that it did well. God, there's just so much stuff, like Black Mirror came out. I haven't seen it for a few seasons now because I just kind of stopped caring. And Adolescence coming in, so Netflix really dominating this category. Outstanding Television Movie, Rebel Ridge. That rings a bell, but I can't quite think. Oh yeah, I need to check this out actually. It's the Blue Ruin Green Room director. I liked his other movies. They're oppressive and horrible, but really well made. Reality competition series. What do people watch? Survivor. Drag Race. Yep, nothing too crazy there. Lead actor in drama series, Gary Oldman. Why does he have so many more than everyone else? Outside of Slow Horses itself, it was his turns in Harry Potter and the Christopher Nolan Batman film franchises that helped propel him to victory. Oh, right. Yeah, that'll do it. It's too much stuff to keep track of, man. This is crazy. Lead actress, Kathy Bates. Largely fueled by CBS's Matlock. Lead actor in a comedy series, Jeremy Allen White. That'll be for The Bear. And I guess he's in Shameless as well, right? Lead actress in comedy, Kristen Bell. Interesting. Don't know if you'd assume some of these people just if you had to guess without any info. Right, so let's have a look at what you Americans are watching and playing. Top 10. Who doesn't love a top 10? Watch Mojo, everybody.
From K-pop Demon Hunters to Wednesday, Americans love to stream. Let's go through one by one and see who wins.
Streaming TV Top 10. Original, acquired, and movie viewing. Discover the top streaming programs. So what about a week's worth of data? Wednesday, unsurprisingly, coming in first. K-pop Demon Hunters just so popular, holding in strong. Kids must be just watching this on repeat. Sullivan's Crossing. What the fuck is this? Nice one, SpongeBob. I'd imagine SpongeBob and shows like that are normally in here. Is there a new season or anything? 340 episodes, yo. Grey's Anatomy, that's another one of those just always being watched. Bluey 2, extant. I'm learning some stuff today about what people be watching. Astronaut struggles to learn how she became pregnant while on a 30-month solo space mission. It's a funny idea. Big Bang Theory, that's another one that would just always be there. Bob's Burgers too. The Summer I Turned Pretty. So I guess it's more impressive the fewer episodes it has, right? Because like, look how many episodes Grey's Anatomy has. 449. Alright, it filters it by original. Else you can get out like the obvious ones. America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. Okay. King of the Hills doing pretty well. Ah, there it is, Alien Earth. Nothing compared to America's Team. What's acquired? I guess things they have the rights to. Lots of kids content. SpongeBob, Bluey, Paw Patrol. It's Animal Kingdom, like a documentary. Oh, there's so many shows. I've never heard of this. 75 episodes of this show. Family till the end. Now movies. Just K-pop Demon Hunters dominating. Sony had no idea what they had on their hands with that film. They didn't. Netflix must be so happy. A big part of it just seems like if it's on Netflix, people will just watch it because it's there. This doesn't really look like something I need to rush out to go and watch right now. Happy Gilmore 2, that's not surprising. Yo, as far as the movie category, they are dominating in this last week at least. That's interesting. Hobbs and Shaw. God. The Pickup. They look like fake films. Wait, Tim Story, that's Fantastic Four. Yeah. It's what's annoying though, right? Like, what are they making this for? Because they're all on streaming platforms that they just have hidden budgets. It's really annoying. Great for them to launder money. Fall for me. What the fuck is this? Lily visits her sister Valeria, surprised to learn she's engaged to a Frenchman, Manu. Okay, some like softcore porn thing. That's hilarious. Because like you wouldn't, like, what is this? But it has 158 million minutes watched in the last week. Some random ass Western with Dennis Quaid. Broke. It's the most American thing I've ever seen. But this is what I mean. Like, this is what people are actually watching. But where online are you seeing conversations about, like, any of this shit? The map that leads to you. It's all, like, trash. Hotel Transylvania 3 and Furious 7. This is actually what people want. Dude, that's hilarious. Alright, so, like, live TV, traditional TV. Alright. This has never appealed to me. I've never cared about these kind of shows. Americans Got Talent and Big Brother and all of it. Damn, people love that college football, huh? Syndicated, that's more what I'm interested in. Jeopardy, yeah. Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud. Because I guess they just rerun forever. Judge Judy. That's funny. I guess last video games. Oh, looking to buy next. Yeah, of course, GTA is just always going to be there. Silk Song, cool. Battlefield, Fortnite, NBA, Ghost of Yote, Madden. Oh, it's nice to see Hades there. And Minecraft. Damn. So there's like a really small pocket of things that people care about. Unless it's like some made-for-TV schlock with some mildly sexual things going on. That was bizarre and kind of illuminating, actually. This really highlights why quality is just really not considered that important when it comes to making these things. Because it doesn't really matter. As far as like pure minutes watched, people just don't care. So that was interesting. I might check in on this every now and again. Get my numbers kick. See what's doing well. What freaky stuff people want to be watching. Let me know your thoughts. We'll see you on the next vid. Bye!